Welcome to the Hyperbeat podcast. Each episode, we chat with fitness professionals to get the story behind the business they created.
All right, guys, welcome back. Episode 10 already of the Hyperbeat podcast. Today we chat with Tori and Caitlin of Hustle and Thrive, who have joined us down at Hyperbeat HQ for an in-studio chat. Hyperbeat co-founder Matthew also joins in the fun for special comments. By way of a brief overview before we get stuck into the show, Hustle and Thrive have two locations here in Victoria, one in Heidelberg, the other in Thornbury. Amongst other things, they focus on HIIT training to build strength, speed and mobility, and they emphasise fun, family and community. We had a lot of fun recording this episode, so let's get stuck in. All right, well, we'll start with the obvious question. How did you guys meet?
So we met about 3 years ago, running a group fitness business, and I was the coach, and Caitlin was actually a client.
Okay. Were you always working in fitness, or did you start off in another career and transition across?
Yeah, no, I have a degree in applied maths and stats, so
Okay.
started off at corporate, worked in corporate until I turned 40,
Wow,
and then
okay.
had a bit of an epiphany.
Yep.
Took some time off to get my daughter settled in primary school and basically reinvented myself and realised that every job that I'd actually got people moving inadvertently and hadn't really thought about it as a career as such. So just ended up turning that into what I wanted to do and what I wanted to spend my time doing.
So when you say you got people moving, did you organise group exercises or how?
Yeah,
how'd you go about
I
that?
used to organise softball games,
Okay.
or we'd go to the gym and go
Yep.
body pump or
Yeah,
whatever
cool.
was popular
Yeah,
at the time.
yeah,
I just liked getting people moving. I just liked
awesome.
people.
Yeah, nice. And Caitlin, how about yourself?
Yeah, so I'd always had an interest in health and fitness, but like Tori, studied at uni, had a career in corporate marketing, and just decided after 3 kids that wasn't the direction I wanted to head. It wasn't what was really making me happy. And when I started training with Tori, in my head, I had this whole strange idea that I didn't really want to work in fitness. I was trying to avoid it, but obviously one thing led to another, and it really is my genuine passion, and I love being able to work in group fitness, work with people every day. Fitness isn't just about, the physical manifestation. It's so much more about the mental and emotional side and the social side.
Yeah, definitely.
So, working with your friends and meeting new people every day is such an amazing thing to be able to do.
So you guys got together and decided that you were going to start something as a team?
Yeah, so we were both, Tori was already established in her
Yep.
business, and I was heading down the path that I was going to open my own. So we got together and thought, we work really well together. So we thought, why not build one brand with the goal of setting up other locations and building a really great, strong group fitness business.
So you obviously started with one location. That was in Thornbury? That was
Correct.
the first one? Yep.
Yes,
And
yep.
now you've already branched out to a second one in
Yeah, in
Heidelberg.
Heidelberg, yeah.
So is the plan to have multiple locations across Melbourne?
Yep, absolutely.
Australia, the world.
Absolutely, why not?
Dream big.
Well,
That's it, of course.
I went to a fitness expo quite a few years ago, when I got into group fitness as a coach, and I was doing PT at the time. And one big thing that came out of that expo was that, 50% of the population already exercise and will find a way to exercise, but 50% of the population won't exercise and don't know how to or where to start. Okay. So for me, it was about how do you reach those people that aren't exercising, people that are terrified to walk into a gym. And so it was all really about starting a business that was friendly, family friendly. They can bring your children along, and it's what's the word?
Judgmental?
Non-judgmental, non-intimidating. We try to make it, that when you walk through the door, someone will smile at you and someone will say hello to you, and it's about that community and connection. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess to us, the fitness component is important, what we love doing, but we've got a really good sense of balance, and meeting every person who walks through is so important. I think why we've been so successful. It could be from the elite athletes that come in and want a little bit more in their training, right through to people who've never, ever exercised, such as Tori's talking about, or people coming back from injury. So getting to know what their requirements or their values and their little things are is so huge in our
it's
business.
crucial, yeah, definitely.
How did you start getting your first batch of clients? The initial phase of, okay, now I need to start ramping this up and streamlining clients into the business.
Initially, it was friends. It was we're starting.
That's where everyone starts.
We're starting a group fitness business. You need to come and do a workout with me
Every day.
Yes. So a lot of those, obviously, friends are still training all this time later. So it started off definitely with friends. We're both local mums too, so we've got a connection with the local primary schools, and word spread pretty quickly. We get in our gear. We were at school. People used to run and hide from us. There come those fit mums. And enough people eventually say to them, "You should try. You should go. You should go to
I think
Hustle and Thrive."
We've interviewed quite a few clients, and word of mouth is crucial. I think it seems to be even more important, certainly in the initial days, than the branding and the maybe social media marketing. It's really just connecting with the people that you already know to get them into the gyms.
Absolutely.
Definitely started that way, and then I guess Facebook and social media is just an extension of word of mouth.
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
true. Yeah, it's the current modern day word of mouth.
I still think we'd find that, despite Facebook and social media, still there's always those common links to the friends of the friends of the friends, and they're a massive referrers for us, and
So would you say word of mouth is your number one driving force nowadays, or are you using different sort of tactics?
Oh, word of mouth is still up there.
Absolutely,
But
word of mouth, yeah.
Certainly using social media. It's a great way to showcase what we do, Facebook and Instagram. I think that goes back to people not always knowing what goes on in a gym and sometimes being afraid of being in the gym. So we like to show photos and videos of what we do. As Tori mentioned earlier, it's a non-intimidating environment, it's non-judgmental. So it might look quite different to a lot of gyms. There's no mirrors, there's no massive machinery. We do have equipment, but we work a lot with body weight as well.
Okay.
And we try to really showcase a variety of people too. And we do cater for, as Caitlin said, for beginners right through to, we have athletes that train with us as well.
Mums and dads, and we have a lot of children participating.
So people can bring their kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
great.
key. Key for us, yeah.
Well, I think that's a good lead into maybe talking through the services and the workouts that you guys offer. I know it's more HIIT-based workouts.
Correct. Well, yes,
It's
and
evolving a little bit,
it is
isn't it?
evolving. We started off with just HIIT training.
Yep.
But we are finding that we do need to, as we do with our own training, balance that out. So we're doing a lot more strength-based programs as well. But I think our point of difference is definitely that we're family friendly. We welcome children, and we love seeing kids jump on a step next to their mum or dad and hang off the TRXs and the ropes.
Co-coach out the front with us.
Co-coach out the front. It makes a real impact. They say kids don't do what you say, they do what you do. And if they see you doing that as part of what you are every day, it's quite a snowball effect,
Becomes part of their life as well.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, you need to... I think it's a good way to bring the kids in. Families can often find it difficult to find time to get to the gym if they've got a young child, and if you can bring them along to your workout, it encourages mum, dad and the kid. And
so we have families that train,
fantastic.
Which is awesome. And it's awesome for, couples that train together is just,
One couple last week had their date night at boxing class, which was cute.
Very good. You guys, obviously, you've got a very strong branding. You've got a very modern looking logo, great use of colours. Did you focus on that from day one to make that a priority?
It took us a lot to come up with the name.
Did you? Oh, the name. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good starting point. How did you come through?
We spent a lot of time writing notes, looking at pictures, driving around, and we one day just went, let's just have that glass of wine, and it just boom, we found it. Inspiration through Prosecco, maybe.
Was it on the label, was it?
We had the word hustle, but it was just finding the word that we had a lot.
We had a lot of different variations.
Some were really feminine, and some were masculine, and we just went, no, that doesn't. We want to be both, and and in the end, we're happy. And hustle is important, and it's a strong word, and thrive is important too. And you get a lot of it's balance. And Tori and I are certainly probably very balanced in our lifestyle. We certainly it's not all about the fitness and the training. We lead a really healthy, balanced lifestyle, and I think that reflects in our clients
brand.
as well,
Yeah,
and the brand
definitely
as well,
comes across
and
through the brand.
yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what makes us happy, because it's not all or nothing in one direction.
And you've made a decision. Obviously, your building is decked out with all your colours and your branding. Your active wear flows through your social media. So you're obviously thinking about that quite heavily and making strategic decisions about it.
Yeah,
And it was
strong
strategic that it ended up being Heidelberg and Thornbury, which is
I didn't even think.
Yeah,
Caitlin just needs to change her name, and we're completely on brand.
Caitlin and Tori.
So the next locations are really going to be
okay,
Hawthorn and Toorak. Just to go on brand.
No, it is important, I believe, to have a strong brand, and that is my background in marketing as well.
Of course,
so, and I know how a strong brand presence can really infiltrate and how you get to your desired markets.
You've also clearly spent a lot of time and put a fair bit of money into the photography that you guys use. I noticed the photos on the website. You've clearly done a photo shoot as well at some point.
Yeah, so my husband's a photographer.
Oh, perfect.
So
Okay, yeah.
it's really interesting, the four of us. Caitlin's husband's in IT.
Okay.
Caitlin's marketing. I'm sort of more the business numbers
so it's a
side
good
of the bucket,
group
and
of
then my
people.
husband's the photographer and creative. So the four of us, it was a no-brainer as a
complement of
team.
skills,
Yeah,
yeah.
we
Yes.
really. It was funny. Caitlin's husband, when we first got all our merchandise and we got our caps and our pants and tops, and we just couldn't keep up with the demand, and his IT business, they had 5 caps.
They're trying to give away.
They're trying to give
everything.
away their five
had them for 4
dusty
years.
caps that
Yeah,
are on their
exactly.
shelf. Whereas
It's like-
he said he'd never seen anything like it. Really, the take up of the brand and people. With our launch day, we didn't even have our original gear, but we had clients that had made up signs for their
Bibs.
tops,
really?
where
That's really
with Hustle and
nice.
Thrive,
Yeah.
and
That must be quite a proud moment, like knowing that people want to walk around and represent you.
oh, it's
essentially.
quite amazing. And then when you come into a class and you see your tops on people, or we had someone at a cafe in Kew. I think was it one of your family?
Mother-in-law,
Yeah,
yeah.
mother-in-law rang and said there was someone sitting in the coffee shop with a Hustle and Thrive top
Yeah.
on.
I remember the first time we saw someone wearing our pants in public. It doesn't have our logo on it, but you remember the clients.
Right.
You would know,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like, I was at a gym in Richmond and I saw a lady wearing them. I took a sneaky photo of it from distance, sent it through to Matthew. I'm like, oh my god, people are starting to wear our gear.
Yeah.
It's quite a nice feeling.
It
It's
is
such
really
a great feeling. And sometimes I don't think we really, appreciate, or it's hard to look at your brand from an outside
Yeah, you get
perspective,
really
and then
close to
sometimes
it,
you do, and you're
yeah.
like, wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing,
yeah.
and it's
People are
we're really proud
recognising
of it.
Yeah,
And
so it should be.
obviously we live in activewear.
Yeah.
We have a lot of it.
It's our happy place.
But it is a real conversation, in the H&T, and people are like, "What is that?" And
Yeah,
it's a real
Good way to get
conversation
people
starter
talking.
too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Right, so promotion's a key part of any business. We noticed that you had some really cool sort of ideas. One of them being a flight centre voucher for your winners. Can you explain how that works?
Yeah, so we're currently running a challenge, a six-week challenge. We run around 4 of these a year, and it's a great way to get current members involved and get some new people joining the Hustle and Thrive community. And that's just an incentive to keep people on track, really. What we find with exercise is that people start off really gung-ho. They're all, ready to go. Weeks 1, 2 are really good.
Yeah.
Week 3, they're starting to
Decline.
fade. Week
Yeah.
4, it's really starting to fade. So having something like a goal in mind has been really good. But certainly I don't think it's been what has attracted people to the challenge.
Now, most of our challenges, we even forget to post up what the prize is, to
Yeah.
be honest with you.
Yeah.
We're ahead of the game this time that we
Yeah.
actually posted a prize. And it was interesting because we did have people jump on board, which was the idea, was that we would promote that at the last minute for people to jump on board. And it really did have an impact on both current members and new clients coming in. So it just gave it that little push over the line that we needed.
So the challenges, are they always a 6-week challenge, or do you do 12 and
Typically
longer, or-
6-week challenge.
Yeah, okay.
We've played around with a couple of other variations, but 6 weeks
Do you
seems to be that sweet
I
spot.
find 6 weeks seems to work well. People might peter off with the 12-week challenges.
6
So-
is good, yeah. 6 is achievable for people and you can get results in 6 weeks.
So
So
holistically, does that involve training at the gym and is it nutrition plans as well? As
Correct. We're aligned with Steph Lowe from the Natural Nutritionist and who devises our nutrition plans. So they're properly designed to support the type of training we do, so that high intensity training and strength-based training. So we've got a really good backbone to our challenges, supported by the appropriate people. We've obviously got an incredible coaching team who deliver above and beyond in every class that they do. And then we, in this amazing community, which with all of that, it just builds and builds. And we run some great little inter-competitions between both Heidelberg and Thornbury, and people are getting to know each other as well. What we want is a nice big community, not exclusive, just one where people can meet each other and make friends, and that's what you typically find. Certainly Friday mornings, they're all meeting at the local coffee shop and hanging out together or catching up for runs on the weekend. It becomes much more than just a group fitness class. There's friendships formed and, extra activities that they're doing together.
And much more than weight loss. We're about feeling good. We want people to feel good, both mentally and physically, and we know the connection between mental health and physical health. And for most of our, a lot of our mums, it's more about that. And it's about, again, that connection, being out talking to people, having a coffee after class. It's not necessarily about the weight loss. It's actually about feeling good.
Internally in your business, how many trainers have you got now? Have you started to establish, are they full-time staff that are working for you, or are they part-time, or how is that working for you?
Well, Caitlin and I are the only full-time coaches. We employ... I think we've got 6 other coaches now, so there's 8 of us.
Lots of our coaches have other jobs as well, because we're not running all day. It's not a 24-hour gym. It's class-based, so there's no need for people to be there all day.
During the day.
And all our coaches specialise or have a passion for something different. We've got, passionate run coaches, boxing, spin, strength-based HIIT training, whatever it is. Each coach brings their own special passion for one area of the business, but then can, spread out across the whole business as well.
Are you guys finding that you're working more in the business, or in terms of the classes? I mean, are you still doing every class as many as you possibly can, or are you trying to now fill these classes with these trainers to do particular training depending on the class?
It's a really good question. Yeah, obviously that's part of the business structure is that we do a lot of the classes, and we have done. We probably do 3/4. 75% of the classes we still coach ourselves, apart from the fact that we love it as well.
Of course, I mean, you get into this because you love training, don't you?
Absolutely.
You don't get into it because you want to do bookwork and
exactly, yes.
No. But I like that too.
With your background. Okay,
it's been a surprise for me, actually, because I've never run a business before, and I love the coaching, but I also really love running a business. It's really quite cool.
There are some very cool aspects to it, but there's also some stuff that you want to outsource.
But the idea, obviously, is that we will start stepping back more and more and give coaches more of an opportunity. Most of our coaches have been clients previously, so a bit like our relationship started. A lot of our coaches have come from being clients that just love what we do and want to be more of a part of it, and hopefully that will then transpire into licensees, franchisees, or whatever that looks like down the track. Retirement for Caitlin and I. Boom, boom.
That's a nice lead into my next question. So moving forward, I know we talked before about world domination.
We talk about that a lot.
So the big picture plan, what are you guys thinking, and what are you kind of working towards?
So big picture, absolutely. There's going to be Hustle and Thrive, certainly across Victoria, and I believe nationally as well.
Wow, okay, that's awesome. It's a really nice goal to have.
And what will be important in that is that we've got the right people running it, and
maintain the culture, like how we grow, how we scale up, but maintain that culture and that connection to community will all come down to the right people in the right job.
In the right place.
But the advantage too, as Tori mentioned before, is that all our coaches have their own little love. They can work across the board, but they, it'd be great if those licensees then have the capacity to really build their business around the the thing that they love the most. So as well, which is
So you would give them a little bit of a license to have that, I guess,
Correct.
creative flair, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we've already done that. One of my passions has always been spin.
Okay, cool.
So Thornbury, I run. One of the reasons I wanted my own space was to run hit spin classes. So fast and furious, 30 minutes in.
hit spin.
Yeah, so hit spin.
Sounds scary.
And I love the
Yes.
team sport based
Okay.
stuff. So I'm trying to focus more on building and working with teams and younger athletes to
Okay,
try and
so like
Correct.
grassroots footy and
Yeah, local clubs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
which we've got a connection with as
Yeah.
well.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
so trying to expand into those areas
Okay,
as
so
well.
so would that be helping the athlete with certain aspects of their game or
Correct.
their fitness levels? Or
Fitness
movement?
levels,
Yeah,
movement,
yeah.
absolutely. It's really important to, I guess, especially at that grassroots level, teach children and teenagers how
Yeah.
to move correctly and land correctly as they progress through their career, whatever that might be, in footy, whether it's school or something more, that they've got those skills from the from the ground up.
And I suppose if they've got their technique correct in the early days, they're going to have a much longer and less injury prone.
which is
yeah.
becoming really prevalent, especially with the rise in, say, AFLW,
Yeah.
and women or girls.
Mm-hmm.
There's slight differences in how we move and how we must land and stuff
Yeah,
like
of
that.
course.
So
Yeah.
So we align ourselves with local physios as well. We're working with them to, again, they will come along and speak to the teams as well about some of those, injuries that occur, and we can work in terms of helping them train for those, but then also, aligning ourselves with physios.
Yeah, so you're tapping into the community around you, I guess, and
Correct.
utilising their skill base.
Absolutely.
That's a nice idea.
we love supporting people within our local community. It's great. We're a small business, and we want to see other small businesses succeed, and building up that foundation within
Yeah.
our area has
Yeah,
really
it's a
been
nice
great.
idea, yeah. All right, so
Thank you.
I guess
Okay.
just to round off,
Sorry, we'll focus. Right. This is good, but we've had attention span for 20 minutes. This is rare. This is rare.
That's because I was fed. I get hangry.
just to round off, so
We love food too. Sorry. Go.
if people want to get in touch with you, follow your journey, maybe come down to the gym, what's the best way to do that?
Yeah, so you can find us on our website,
Yep.
www.hustlethrive.com.au.
Hustle Thrive, not Hustle and Thrive.
Hustle Thrive.
Hustle Thrive, yep.
Or Facebook.
Yep.
Just search for Hustle and Thrive, and we've also got an Instagram handle,
Yeah,
Hustle
cool.
Thrive.
Yep.
We are accessible at either our Thornbury or our Heidelberg locations, and you'll be able to find that information on our website as well. One of the big things about us too is we're quite affordable. We really want to make exercise and group fitness accessible.
Yep.
So we have very, very affordable memberships. There's no joining fee. You can suspend it when you're away if you're away on holiday or if you're sick, as well as really competitive casual passes or 10 pass or 20 packs too.
Yep. So are you guys obviously you got your morning and evening classes during the day? Is that open gym time, or how does that are you shut during the day?
Yeah, we're shut during the day. So we find that, we have our early morning sessions,
Yep.
our 9:30 sessions, and then our 6 o'clock and beyond sessions.
Okay. And if someone came down to see you guys, is there a trial period they can access? Is that
Yeah,
something people can
absolutely.
get?
They can access a 3-week trial
Oh,
with
wow, 3
unlimited
weeks.
classes.
Yeah, wow.
There's a $50 fee to do that,
Yep, that's fine.
but unlimited classes. And 3 weeks is a really great time because, it can take a couple of weeks to get into a habit and to
Try different classes, different
And also,
times.
if you try one class in week 1, you tend to be really sore.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
so people need to wait a couple of days
Recovery
before coming
time.
back. Recovery time,
Yeah.
you've got to build that in. Yeah.
Fantastic. Tori, Caitlin, thank you very much for taking the time to come down to Hyperbeat HQ and have a chat with us. We really appreciate the time. And I think this has been a really, really fun chat. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
for
guys.
having us. And we love Hyperbeat.
We do. We love your gear.
It's mutual.
Yeah.
If you'd like to be involved in an episode of the Hyperbeat podcast, send an email to info@hyperbeat.com.au or contact us through our social media channel.